Not working. Systems are down.
Control systems are back online.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Yo, what's up guys? It's Chaotic Rage here. I'm bringing you guys another gameplay. It's 2019, so I hope to bring you guys a lot more gameplays of all the games that I like to play, and even some that's out of my category. For example, you know that my category of gaming falls into first-person shooters. I'm hoping to bring you guys probably some role-playing games, adventure, games along those lines. The gameplay that you're watching right now, as the title says below, is a Call of Duty nuclear gameplay. I dropped 71 kills, 5 deaths. Another bro of mine got his nuclear towards the end of the gameplay. I'll link his Instagram and his GSM below, and to the beast. This was a 5-man party, so we all knew what we were doing, and this gameplay moves pretty smoothly. So if you're watching this and you're saying, whoa, this game looks pretty controlled and the spawn trapping looks pretty good, it's because everyone here had a hand to play in this entire game. Overall, my views on Back 4, I think it's a pretty solid game, especially if you're playing it with friends, right? There are a few tweaks that I'd make to this game, however. For example, the balancing of the guns, they're pretty good, except for a few names that would probably make you cringe. For example, the Spitfire with the Wildfire mod, or Akimbo Stars. Probably even the Scrolllight SG-12. These are some guns that if you see in your lobby, you're either going to do one or two things. You're either going to be raging throughout the entire match, wondering why this guy is only using this one gun, even though he has a diamond, probably. Or you're going to lose the match, because that's just how toxic these guns are. This game, I would say, is probably one of the most noob-friendly games that Call of Duty has ever made. The reason I'm saying this is because there's so many things in this game to kill you without actual effort or skill involved. In older Call of Duties, for example, Modern Warfare 3 and stuff, you solely relied on like your gun skill. You relied on map awareness. As you can see in this gameplay too, if you watch my mini map in the top left corner of the screen, you see that there's this red ping that comes up on the map when an enemy is close to me. This is the acoustic sensor, and I'm using it because this is sort of a crutch in this game, to be very honest. The acoustic sensor is like 6th sense from Black Ops 3, and it's also like awareness from like previous Call of Duties, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, and things like that. It increases footsteps, and it also pings the location of an enemy. It won't tell you if you're above or below, but it will ping their location. I did some calculating and some analysis in Black Ops 4, and what I realized is a very huge portion of percentage of my deaths come from one of these two things: specialist weapons or abilities, or specialist equipment. I would probably say that these things have made this game a little bit on the annoying side, because even though your specialist weapon or ability loads probably 1 or 2 times a match, there is a potential that it becomes 3 times a match if you're going that hard. That's not really the problem, even though that is a problem, but that's not the main problem. Specialist equipment is where I'm really aiming at, because specialist equipment loads like every 1 minute and probably 30 seconds. And these are some really annoying equipment, and they don't cost anything in the pick 10 system to create a class, so everyone has them. For example, you look at the 9-bang. This is a flash that if you hold down for a period of time and let it go, it charges 9 times to the enemy that sees it. So when that happens to them, they can't do anything about that. They're stunned or, well, flashed for a large amount of time, and they're just sitting ducks. They can't crouch, they can't sprint, they can't prone. They're just there like lambs to the slaughter. There's also like batteries plus the grenade. Another thing that's annoying, like if it was a regular grenade, I'd understand that, but it's like a Semtex mixed with a cluster grenade, because 1, it sticks on any surface that she throws it onto, and 2, after it sticks, there's an initial explosion that releases multiple other projectiles that create secondary explosions, so there's a huge area of effect with that. We can also look at specialist weapons and abilities. For example, Nomad's K9 does legit nothing. Like, you don't have to do anything to get killed with that. You just call it out and it gets killed. It's not like the Purifier or the Temple, which requires some form of skill and aiming and movement to use. You can legit sit at the back of your map, call out Nomad's K9, and it just runs around the map getting kills. And this is an exception too, because there's specialists in the game created specifically for the purpose of camping, and God forbids a professional player uses that. Like, let's be honest, they're making the game pretty easy for amateurs to use, but they're forgetting that there's still going to be some Call of Duty veterans here that have been playing Call of Duty for years upon years, like me and some of my friends. So when people like us get our hands on some of these specialists, we use it in a way that is pretty toxic to everybody else in the lobby. For example, Torque's specialist equipment is razor wire, and his specialist ability or weapon is a radiation shield, radiation barricade, I think they call it in this game. Have you ever came across a good player that uses this? He legit sits in a room, puts the radiation barricade facing one direction or doorway, and places the razor wire in the other direction or doorway. So what happens now is anybody that tries to go to that person in that room is either going to get stuck in the razor wire and become a sitting duck, or is going to get hit by the radiation shield and loses almost all of their life, most of the time ending up with 6 health, which means that he's probably going to see you getting hit from the shield and just hit you one shot and then you're dead. So I feel like they're adding a lot of crutches into Call of Duty now. I feel like they should add a game mode into Black Ops 4 where there's no specialists involved. And in this game mode, there's going to be so many sweats. Why? Because this is where skill comes into play. Everyone in there is going to rely solely on gun skill and map awareness, and that is where you see the true tryhards of Call of Duty. With specialist equipment and abilities, especially some of the regular equipment that they added into this game, like I stated previously with the acoustic sensor, it's a major crutch to this game, because the acoustic sensor in the hands of a player like me makes this pretty hard and impossible to stop. For you to kill us, you either need to be someone as skilled as us using acoustic sensor and dead silence, or you need to be someone that is extremely lucky and kill me from really far away. As you can see from this gameplay, most of the time I know exactly where my enemies are coming from, if not all the time. And how are you gonna kill me if I know how to react to these situations, because I've been playing Call of Duty for a while? In this lobby, you can see that most of the enemy players are noobs. Let's be very honest. These guys are amateurs. They look like bots. Like, you're just getting free kills. This looks like a bot lobby, but they're actual players, right? And what happens now is that my team is a bunch of people who've been playing Call of Duty for a long time, and now we have these specialists in our hands. So obviously, we're gonna know how to take advantage of these situations. I just feel like they should stop catering for amateurs in Call of Duty and make it back to the old platform where you either get good or you die trying. It's simple as that, because at a point in time I was a noob too, let's be very honest, and I got myself washed, I'm not gonna lie. But those are just my views and opinions. I know a lot of people like Call of Duty the way it is, so I can't argue with that. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll check you guys in another video coming up soon. Peace.